T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and welcome back to a short little announcement. And this is going to be called the Museum Nostalgia Trip. Well, it's so that this coming Saturday, that is tomorrow from now, it's going to be a special event at a local museum here in town, and it's the local railroad museum, excuse me. Link in the description to their English site. And basically the theme of this event tomorrow is gonna be the 1950s. So they are encouraging people to dress up in 1950s type regalia and to act the part of how it was in the 1950s here in Sweden. So it's gonna be about the theme is living and transportation in the 1950s Sweden. So yeah, a little bit this museum, the Swedish Railroad Museum, it's a local thing, local institution, and they have been around for at least all of my lifetime. So yeah, they have been around for a while, and this is basically one of the last chances you have to see the museum in its current form, because they're planning a massive renovation of it. Like most museums in Sweden, very few of them are private, so this museum is actually owned and operated by what we in Sweden call, it's a government agency that owns it and operates it. It's called Trafikverket, which if there are any Americans out there watching, Trafikverket is basically the Swedish equivalent of the DMV. So the Swedish DMV is actually operating railroad museums. So yeah, that's basically it. And the special thing with this museum and this museum day is that many of the rolling stock and locomotives, both electrical, diesel and steam engines, will be up and running and taking people around on scenic tours during this event. So it's kind of special in that aspect as well, that it's not just a stationary exhibit, they actually use the exhibit model as well. And I have a little bit of pictures from my prior visits to the museum, and I would say that this museum, I went to this museum extremely often during the early to mid 1990s when I was younger, because I think this is one of the prime reasons why I have such an interest in technology and mechanics, so to speak. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun day tomorrow. Come rain or shine, hopefully shine, but we'll see what it is. But anyway, a little bit what am I gonna have with me, what am I planning to have in my camera bag, or so to speak, when I'm going to this museum. Well, naturally it's gonna be the Nikon D7200, and maybe I'll bring two lenses with it, and I'm planning to take the AF Nikkor 28 to 85, which I'm filming this with, and also the 70 to 135mm AF as well. So I thought they might be good choices for what we're gonna be showing tomorrow. And I'm also gonna bring the Panasonic HX A1, that little lipstick action cam. So I might be able to mount it in some way on the camera or something, or rather. So I'll get some moving photography as well, a little bit of catching what is going on at the museum yard and so on. And of course today everybody using smartphones, so I'm gonna use my telephone as well. I'm gonna use my Samsung Galaxy S5 also, maybe to take a few snapshots, maybe for Instagram or Twitter, and maybe do something up to YouTube as well. But then I'm a little bit skeptical, since this is a 1950s style, and in the 1950s we didn't really have digital photography, did we? So I'm tempted to bring the Mamiya 645 Pro with me, but that's a camera from the 1990s. The D7200 and the Panasonic HX A1 is both, 21st century technology, but either the 645 Pro, but a little bit more likely would probably be the RB67. Granted, the RB67 is a beast and it weighs a bloody ton, so it might be a little bit, cumbersome to lug around a whole day, but it's kind of cool to do it with, medium format film photography. At least it's more in, well, it's 20 years out of date, but it's supposed to be the 1950s. The RB67 didn't come out until 1970, but still, it's an old mechanical camera and it's a complete analog technology. But we'll see. And the films I'm gonna try to use then, it's a Fomapan 100 ISO film and Ilford Delta 400, which is 400 ISO, and maybe I'll just bring one or two rolls of SFX 200, which is the Ilford black and white film with the expansion into the IR spectrum, but you can use it as ordinary black and white film as well. And I'm also going to bring a backup camera, and that's going to be the Canon Legria. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but the Canon Legria FS305. That's basically my oldest working digital camera. It's just a small Canon camcorder, and I used that basically when we went to New York. That was the only camera I had back then, so it's a backup nowadays. But anyway, that's all for me, and maybe I have some pictures up here to get you inspired for it. But anyway, this is Tobias Bergstrom from T.B.Photo X1.5 to FX, and I would like to see you guys in the next video. Take care from now on.